Welcome to the Audacious Living Podcast, hosted by my man, Audley Stevenson, the Odd Man. He'll unpack wisdom and insights from a cross-section of top-quality performers in business, media, sports, entertainment, and lifestyle to uncover key elements to help you live your best audacious life ever. So without further ado, here is the Odd Man.
Greetings and salutations, it's Audley Stevenson back for another edition of the most audacious podcast on the web. That's right, this is the Audacious Living Podcast. It's always a pleasure to be here as we continue our goal of helping you live your best audacious life ever. Now, our social media channels are just one of the great ways that you can connect with us, and I encourage you to follow, like, subscribe, share. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you hit that button down low for our YouTube updates, you can subscribe and get notifications sent to you right away. So we got you covered. Now, we've got internationally, this is big, man. We've got the internationally renowned reggae dancehall legend, the incomparable Beenie Man, on the podcast. And it was such a delight to sit down and have a chat with this bona fide megastar. Now, I'll admit, I kind of got geeked out a little bit. It doesn't happen very often. I don't get really starstruck. But I'll openly admit that, there were butterflies in my stomach. But things leveled out once we got started, we got going. But it was such a treat. Part of that reason is because I've been familiar with Beenie Man and his music for years. And it was interesting in talking with him because there's still things that were uncovered that I thought were fascinating. For example, Beenie got his break in the industry when he was just 8 years old, which is just incredible. He landed a recording contract after winning a local talent show, and things just went off from there. And now 40 years later, after a whole lot of determination, focus, perseverance, he's an international superstar. Just phenomenal. Beanie's story is a testament to the fact that in life, we all have this thing that we're meant to do. But it does take a bit of work to uncover it so you can figure it out. Sometimes that path is made clear and what we're supposed to do is plainly obvious. And then there's other instances where that's not necessarily the case. Now, regardless of when that moment of epiphany takes place for you and, you start doing the things that you were supposed to do, it's still your job to do the necessary work, step into your destiny, and make it happen. This is an automatic process. There's definitely some things that all of us have to do to make it work. Now, it's not going to necessarily parlay into a 40-year journey like Beenie, but then again, that was his pathway, that was his destiny. The question really is, what will yours be? Now, Beenie and I talk about all sorts of stuff. He has a new album with a ton of collaborations with a ton of new artists, some of whom he's never ever worked with before. So that's really big. We touched on just his legendary Verzuz battle with Bounty Killer, which was watched by millions around the world and elevated the platform, elevated the culture on levels that were just phenomenal. We talked a bit about that. He tells you what his favorite meme from that Verzuz battle was. Like I said, just tons of good stuff, lots of fun. So without any further ado, here's the one and only Beenie Man. Enjoy. Internationally renowned recording artist Beenie Man is a living legend and is one of the most recognizable figures in dancehall reggae. Beenie broke into the industry at the age of 8 years old and hasn't looked back since. The King of Dancehall talks about his 40 years in the music industry, what makes Jamaican dancehall culture so audacious, and the secret of his success. All this and more coming up next on the Audacious Living Podcast. Greetings all the way from Toronto, Canada, my friend.
Rasta beloved, every time. Greetings to the whole of Canada.
When was the last time you were here?
Last time? Wow. A couple years ago, a couple years ago, like a few years, like 3 years, yeah.
But we miss you. It's been too long.
Yeah, man, I miss Canada too, man. I tell you, but we're getting there, you know? We're working on it.
Understood.
Get there the right way. Yeah.
Understood. Well, no one's gone anywhere for the last year or so, understandably so.
Yeah, we're getting there, working on it.
Good. Well, first off, Beenie, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for popping through. And I know there's a few things I want to talk about, but the new album, you have new music coming, and I think that's a big thing happening. Simma, tell me about the Simma album that you have coming out.
Well, the album is wicked, you know. The album is, we have a few collaboration, not a few, we have more collaboration than me alone on the album.
Okay.
Because I decided to work with other artists, especially the younger generation, Popcaan, Dexta Daps and all them. You know, we just decided to say, all right, these artists have been there from, you know, from early 2000, you know, and they have been doing their work and they have been doing their work very great, you know. So it's for me to show appreciation, you know, by going in the studio. Because it don't make sense, yeah. See a man and shake him and say, yo, me like, oh yeah, right. You have to show him appreciation because he and him do the same thing.
Right.
So this album, we decided to go for Busy Signal, you know, where we never have done a song before and he was part of one particular team, which is, you know, I'm a rival and thing. And, you know, we did a nice song and we'll go for Bungie Girl intro.
Yes.
We over Trinidad, you see it. And we'll go for Shaggy because we actually make over back Angel Rhythm.
Yes.
And me and Shaggy drop a wicked song on it. So the album is all about celebrating music and celebrate all my life in music, and you know, it's all about that. So the album remind me of many moves of Moses. So
yes.
If you're a Beenie Man fan and you know what I'm talking about,
oh boy,
you know what I'm talking about. The album is great.
You know, as you talk about collaborating, I mean, when you look at where you are in your career and how long you've been in the industry, it's a way of giving back, like you said, helping these young artists coming along. And because I think really at the stage that you're at, you've done so much, right? So why not give back?
Man, yep. Been there, done that. I've been in the music for over 40 years. I'm
my gosh,
over 40 now. And I've been in the music I started out crying, actually. So that was the day I born, you know? I don't think I did nothing else but music. So I've done nothing else but music. So you try football, it couldn't work. Me too maga. I need my foot them to dance. So yeah, I've done nothing else but music. So yeah, sorry for cut it. But for the young generation, them today, is to make them understand how much love you're supposed to put into the music, not into yourself, because the music you get anything you want. Just like you're a poor man there with a rich girl, and she does a pour out things for you. That is what music do. But if you come in the music for the wrong reason, it will take everything back from you. Because you will get the fame, yes, you get few girl, you buy 2 car, buy a house. But after that, the music will just stop for you. So do not come in the music for the wrong reasons. You know? So the youth, them when we working for the album, them coming at the music for the right reason, because them still here doing the music regardless of what them achieve or what them get. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So who did that for you, Beenie? Who brought you? Like, same way you're helping. Who did that for you when you first came out and started?
Me. Nah, man, I do everything for myself. I can't say that neither because there'll have to be a producer. But me have to go out there to find it. You see it? We win Tasty's Talent Show in 1981. Then we get a recording contract with Volcano, John Jalas.
Wow.
Well, when I got to the studio, he wasn't there, but the engineer was there, was Danny Dread. So he recorded my first 2 songs, Too Fancy and Over the Ocean. That's 8-year-old. Then I went to Bunny Striker at 9. My voice an album for him, my whole entire album. Wow. I think the album released when me a 10-year-old. The album is called 10-Year-Old DJ Wonder. Invincible Beenie Man. I think them spell the Beenie like bean, like Beany. I think that's what they spell it.
It should have been Beenie Boy though. Beenie Boy at 8 years old.
well, Beenie Man come from me want knowing everything, you know. Right. As a youth, you know, me want know everything. So I ask all the questions them where big people for ask. So my grandfather always said me act like a big man, we chopping a little boy body. So I'm just call me Beenie Man and that's it.
Gotcha.
From there, that's how I name him work.
So I heard as a child, you had a stammer. You used to stammer as a child, a speech impediment.
Yeah, well, I born stammer. And through music, we can have this conversation. Without music, we wouldn't have a conversation because I'd then you try to farm a sentence in 10 minutes. Yeah. But everything I sing, like the mother said, I go to shop, I sing the shop list. In a school, when I go reading book, pop out the whole class, because they know me I go sing. Because I can't talk, so I have to go sing. So music is why we can have a conversation, right? Understood. Without music, I don't know. You see, because we know artists are stammering, but cannot talk. Like Zamunda and them, when they can have a conversation, them man does not talk. Just, but him can sing, but him can't talk. Right. That's the problem. Right. It's serious. Stammering, this is a serious thing. But me glad how me figure it out as a youth. Say, the more you sing, the better you can speak. Right. And I was going to ask about how you figured that out, because for a lot of people, that would hold them back and they'd give up almost. But how do you figure that out? Somebody that tried to call the phone. So, yeah. You there? Yeah, me there, man. Oh, okay. Yeah, you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. No, I was saying, I was wondering how you figured that out as a child, because for a lot of people, that would hold them back and they would give up altogether, but you managed to find a way. No, well, all right. You see, giving up wasn't the option for anyone. You see, because when I 7, I find out some poor and them someday. Mm-hmm. And yeah, me never like poor, you know? Right. Yeah. So we ever find some way to get out of poorness. We realize that if you sing, people love you more. And, you know, we need 2 pair of shoes because we only have one for your work at school. And when you come from school, you have to take it off and go barefoot. Right. But poor now a nice thing, Jet. So you need a next pair of shoes. You don't have the money to buy it, you have to go look it. So I don't want to go beg. I don't want to go white car glass. I never want to sell a star and anything like that. I want to do something bigger. So, yeah. Music was my view. Got it. Well, you definitely found your way. I want to talk about the confidence that you built and how because look, everyone knows being a music icon, worldwide, international. How do you prepare for that? I mean, like you don't. It's like you don't pick up a book and read it. You don't go to school. How do you learn to prepare yourself for that kind of a stage? Well, all right. You see, in the first place, you have to be real to yourself. If you're not real to yourself, then you're not real to nobody else. You see? Right. Yeah, man. Because you see, enough artists, people love them for the song them sing. Right. You see, people love me for the vibes that me bring. It's 2 different things. You have to make people love you for you as a person, otherwise as an individual, different from the artist. Got you. So if people go around and say, "Oh, that boy they show off on Ray," but they still love you because you have a hit song. Once when the hit song done, they're not gonna like it. You see it? You have to always set precedents that you fans them and the people them will love you come first. Got you. At all times. Got you. So then how do you respond to criticism, Beenie? Because not everyone's gonna love you all the time, right? Yeah. Not everyone's gonna like you know that. I'm not telling you something you don't know. Yeah, we know that. But there's no publicity which is bad publicity. As long as people talk about it, it's good. The only bad publicity is when somebody say you're dead and you can't come back and say me not dead. So there's always be criticism, you know, constructive one and bad ones. But you know, it's people's mind. You keep everybody have a right to their own opinion. Right. Just don't bring it to me because we not listen to it. Yes. No time. No time. You know, so on this podcast, we talk a lot about the importance of being boldness and being yourself. And obviously, reggae dancehall music, there's nothing more audacious than that. It's just out there. It's in your face. I wonder if you could talk about what makes it so special. What makes the culture the vibe so strong for people? Jamaica. All right. I think Jamaica, we are spiritual people, you know. We believe in the Almighty, you know, regardless of which one we call to. You know, some of us say Jesus, some of us say Selassie, some of us say Allah, some of us say Yahweh. But we are very spiritual people, and it's a very spiritual country. It's a very blessed country. Because, as you know, we have over 200 hurricanes in the last 2 years, and all we get a rain is it. So, yeah, we are blessed. We are very blessed. So, you see, what makes the culture so different is because we are not afraid to express ourselves, you know. when you see a Jamaican and him attack the truth, him tell you what go on. Him now sugar coat now put your powder upon it. You see it? And then Jamaicans, we have what we call it now, we have heart. You see it? Everything we are doing, we do it with heart. Like you saying Bolton doing running with heart. Bob Marley sing music with heart. So the music will never die, and we're everything what we do will always be remembered as one of the greatest things. So we don't know where that come from, but we know that the blessings is here, and the talent what we have is a God gift talent. It's not something where we learn, something where you have, something where you can do. You see it? You have someone who get up and just learn to DJ and say, all right, boom, bam, but it's something where him see, and him know him can do it because him live in Jamaica where the land is blessed.
Right. So when we talk about talent, and I mean, look, so you see lots of people who have talent, but they don't use it correctly, right? There's still that piece that they have to boldness, they have to put themselves out there. And sometimes that's not always easy. I mean, I'm sure there must be, maybe not, but is there a point in your career where, you know, you question certain things because you weren't sure? Is that ever happened? You ever felt that way?
No, well, in everything I do, sometimes you have a question yourself.
Gotcha.
It's coming like me going on stage, and if me not feel nervous, I can't go up on stage. Come feel something like that. Anytime I feel nervous, then I know say everything I got all right. Because the only thing we even say is zaga, 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 now. Is it? So, more while, yeah, well, I don't know if I answer that question, to be honest.
No, I get what you're saying. I don't
know that. Because talent is a serious thing, you know, my lad. Yeah. Talent is a serious thing because you have to know if you address it. If you address it the wrong way, then you get bashed.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah, well, I get what you're saying because I think confidence is a big part of it, Beenie. Like, you know, you have to have confidence.
No, man. You see, confidence is a different thing, you know. Confidence is different from your talent.
Okay.
Because you have enough people have talent and they have no confidence.
Okay.
That may I tell you, say a trick question because you have enough artists good in the studio about them not good on stage.
Right.
Because I'm afraid of people. As I may tell you. Yeah. So as me, you know, if me not get butterfly on belly, me can't go on stage. As I may try to tell you.
Yes.
You see it? But it happens every time. Every time I go on stage show, I go up and get pulled up there 1 minute because me I think about what the crowd want for here.
Sure.
You see it? The crowd give me my confidence.
Right.
When me go so zaga zaga sound, I hear the crowd go red, then me know them come to see me. Right. You get me? Right. So confident, you can't do overconfident neither, because too much confidence causes distraction.
Good point.
You get me?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a trick question. I don't know if I answer it.
No, but no, I get your point. No, and it's a very important one because you need that confidence piece. I know you've probably had lots of conversation about the Verzuz, and I know that's come up many times. But you know the impact of that, what that did for the culture, reggae music, put that on the forefront. What you and Bounty did was absolutely magical. Are you still hearing about that? Is it still permeating? People coming to you about that?
Well, me just hear about it again from you. Stop never there, man. What about it? It's a thing where unforgettable and people will never forget. Yeah. And it's a beautiful thing. And I thank Timbaland, the same Swiss Beat, them. I'm friend them for years, but I thank them for giving us that opportunity to put dancehall music on that platform. Man. Thank you for that.
Wicked.
It was great. It was a great thing. Great thing. I remember we are the first one who were together in a one room.
Yes. Yeah. It was never done before. No, I know. And again, the whole world was watching. What was the funniest meme that you saw out of that? Because there are lots of memes and lots of jokes that came out of that. What was the funniest one you remember?
Oh, the one in my belly, yeah, man. The one in my belly, I'm still talking about it. The fans say if we lose it. So we lose it. The funniest meme out of that, I remember, the one with Bunty when he did the dance.
Yes.
And he must say, Kill. And it's funny though. All of the memes are really funny. They have them on the phone.
Good.
Because all you have to do is get a laugh out of our people, enjoy, you know. You can't really take them to the serious. Enough artists who take it serious and cussing.
Gotcha.
But yeah, meme is entertainment. Because
absolutely.
People have nothing to do, they might entertain themselves. God, serious.
Absolutely. But Beenie, I appreciate you taking the time to listen and connecting for a few moments. One last thing I want to ask you about. We oftentimes ask, our guests sort of what the most audacious thing or the boldest thing that they've ever done. And I'm wondering for you if there's something when we talk, because audacity is important. Audacity is a fuel that leads us to great.
Audacity, of course.
So for you, what would you think if you were to identify that? What would that be?
Well, the most important that I ever done is barring. Like be here today, because everything else come because I am here. So my audacity is being Beenie Man, King of Dancehall. Yeah.
Girls, them sugar.
Blessings, my love. Oh dear.
Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. Wicked. Beenie, thank you so much. Our listeners appreciate you. Much blessings. Keep doing your thing. We're going to see you in Canada real soon, I'm sure. So we'll come up here and check you, please.
Yeah, man. No problem with that.
All right. Thanks for the time, Beenie.
Respect, man, sir.
Yeah.
Back we are here on the podcast, and there you have it. Mr. Beenie Man in the flesh. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It was a lot of fun, and nothing but love and appreciation goes out to you, Beenie, for stopping by the podcast and sharing. I was really inspired when Beenie spent some time talking about the significance of truly having a love for what you do and why that's so especially important for artists. There are so many positive feelings and emotions that are created inside of us when we truly love what we do. It motivates us to be more creative, enthusiastic, optimistic, more passionate. All of these things generate positive, productive energy that naturally invites others and motivates them to be better. Hey, listen, if you haven't registered for email notifications of the podcast, you certainly can do so by heading over to my website, bestaudaciouslife.com, entering your email address, and you'll be immediately connected. And every time new content comes out, you'll be alerted with email in your inbox. We've reached the end of another fantastic episode, and thanks as always goes out to our incredible listeners. You guys and your support is phenomenal, and we're going to keep this going as a show of appreciation for the support that you've given to the podcast. So until next time, stay safe, be kind, show love to one another, and be audacious.
You've been listening to the Audacious Living Podcast, hosted by Audley Stevenson. If you enjoyed what you heard, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, be audacious.